Please put your hands together for Jodie.
The winner of that class obviously was Jodie Chalk, the Club and Open champion, and she also receives the Best XX Racer Trophy, which, if you know your chromosomes, means female. But in this day and age, can you say that? I don't fucking know.
You want paint oil into this bit here, okay? I'm going to get some more tools out of the van, okay? Yes. You think you peeked it off, Jodie?
It must have been about 5 or 6 or something like that. It was either for a Christmas or a birthday. My dad had brought back a wee bike, just a wee 50cc Honda, and I was buzzing and I was probably too wee for it at the time, and it's not a fast bike, but I remember we used to go down to Donington Park when it was quieter, and used to get a wee blast out on it. It wasn't long before it was a case of, right, we're going to need to take this a wee bit more seriously.
In here. I think it has brought us close together. I think it is. It's one of these things where, and we don't always see eye to eye and things. It's not like we agree with everything each other says, but we do tend to agree when it comes to racing. Who's in charge? She's in charge on the track. I'm in charge off the track.
At the racing, he's my best pal. I could tell him anything, and I need to tell him anything. Do you know what I mean? I think if he was sat worried about me all the time, which I know he does, but you have to kind of squash that a little bit, because it's going to get in the way of your performance. If you're worrying about me, I'm thinking about you worrying about me.
I don't worry about on a bike. Off a bike's different matter, but on a bike I've got no worries whatsoever. Not a lot, but some. What we're doing, I'm going to drain the oil as well.
Shift the van so they can get out.
There are always sacrifices to be made, I would say. All the sacrifices have to be worthwhile at some point. It can drag you down. We could really do with maybe some sponsors coming on board now, because we really are kind of struggling. For me, it's definitely a worry through the whole season that I've put myself in considerable debt, and my partner as well, trying to make sure that she gets the best of everything if we can, and then working overtime to pay off the bills from the previous year, and it is really hard.
Me racing, but it's a team sport, and as much that if I didn't have my dad I wouldn't be racing, so it's a start, got an argument sometimes but I can't fault him. There's different stages to getting in the zone before the race. It's this big, really strange process. I think it's a natural thing to get nervous. It feels so strange to feel that anxious about going out and doing something that you really enjoy. You almost question yourself, why am I doing this? If it makes me feel this way. You don't realise how much you're actually fighting your instincts when you're out on the track. You're flying around corners at crazy speeds and you're hanging off a bike at ridiculous angles. So your body's kind of actually telling you this isn't the best place to be. You're having to fight that instinct constantly, which is a massive, massive rush. Massive, massive rush. It turns into this adrenaline. It's almost like your blood's on fire. Like you can literally feel it racing through you. Every single cell, every part of you is flowing completely in. It's like electricity.
A season for us is costing us about £15,000. However, in the past we were in classes that were costing £70,000 a year, £80,000 a year, and that's, for the ordinary working person, that's unachievable. And it does become very disheartening, should I say, when you know that the rider you have has got talent, but it can't be realised because of a lack of funds.
I think being a female racer who does win races, automatically it can be a shock to some of the racers that I'm racing with that haven't had that before. There will be people who don't like it and that are very aware of it, and that makes them uncomfortable. It's not even about that anymore. Once you're on the bike, you're a racer, and it does not matter what colour you are, what gender you are, but all that goes completely out the window because we've all got, you know, leathers on, helmets, we're all racing a bike, so it actually doesn't matter at that point. It really, really doesn't.
And away we go, great start for Jodie Chalk, cracking start for Keith Shepherd. They're side by side going under the Beatons Building Supply Bridge. I think Jodie's going to have this going into Duffus, and away she goes into the lead. We see Jodie already pulling out a gap of around about 0.8 of a second. Jodie in those distinctive wheels, absolutely tearing away from the rest of the pack here.
Jodie Chalk was 5.5 seconds up after the last lap, and she's just set the best lap time of the day.
Willie Money going toe-to-toe with Jodie Chalk. This isn't the easy affair that we thought it was going to be. Willie Money into the lead. She's got the pace on the straight, but she can't make a bike in front of her disappear. And then surely this is going to be a full finish then. Jodie Chalk's just got it.
Jodie's shuffling that.
Jumping up down on that like that. I'm not quite sure whether Jodie was actually trying to make the bike go quicker there when she was jumping up and down like that in a celebration.
Come bearing gifts.
And I wrote this wee thing here, Jodie, and it's I've plagiarised, I've picked some of it, but some of it I added myself, and it means a lot to me, and I want you to be aware of that's how I feel about you and what you're capable of. And here's what it is. It says that most of us live out our lives in the shadows cast by our dreams. And maybe only once in a lifetime you'll meet someone who actually steps out into the light, out of the dark, and lives that dream. And Jodie, I think you're that person. You're that person, and I'm so proud of you. And I think you can achieve everything if you put your mind to it. I love you to pieces.
I love you too, Dad.
Okay.
Good.
Mm-hmm.